From cardboard to digital, the NBA card revolution. It goes without saying that 2020 was a challenging year to be in the business of professional sports. Without fans in the stands, leagues and teams faced huge revenue declines due to the COVID-19 pandemic. There was one somewhat unexpected bright spot in the sports world: collecting and selling basketball cards. If you sunk your money into the NBA hobby, you are one of the beneficiaries of the strongest surge for basketball cards in history. According to Jeff Wilson, founder of Sports Card Investor, the month of April was the busiest month that the basketball card industry has ever seen. He noted that the previous bests date back to the late 1980s and early 90s. Plenty of millennials collected cards as kids back then, when the likes of Topps, Upper Deck, and Fleer were among the dominant brands in NBA licensed trading cards. But if they were hoping to score cards that would fuel their retirement fund someday, most were left disappointed by the steady decline of the hobby. Brick and mortar shops dwindled, with sellers better off utilizing online sales on sites such as eBay. That's what made the rapid rise of collecting basketball cards, which always trailed behind baseball in popularity, and often after football, so stunning to observers in the collecting world. Although already on an upward trajectory the past few years, alongside other sports cards, it spiked in 2020 when people were stuck in isolation and quarantine. There were no major American live sporting events on TV from mid-March through late July, leaving fans plenty of time to rekindle their love for sports cards. Also going on in April, the release of the first installments of the 10-part Michael Jordan-fueled ESPN documentary, The Last Dance. As far as sports intrigue went at the time, the series had a virtual monopoly of fans' attention. According to eBay, Jordan trading card sales increased more than 370% following its release, and Jordan cards increased 307% on eBay from March to May 2020. If it's been a few decades since you bought a foil pack of NBA trading cards, you'll have to be aware of some changes. The exclusive NBA license to print cards rests with Panini, which wasn't even a player in the hobby during the 90s, but has been the league's lone partner dating back to the 2009-2010 season. However, on top of the various Panini-branded sets, they do produce brands that should be familiar to veteran collectors, such as Don Russ and NBA Hoops.
NBA Hoops cards. These cards have my full support. Action photos, career stats.
Nostalgia among lapsed collectors, of course, plays into the resurgence of the basketball card hobby. But it's not as if these collectors are simply coming back to chase down Jordan cards or collect Kobe Bryant memorabilia in the wake of his untimely death in January at age 41. They're also chasing the next wave of stars, looking to capitalize on potential superstars as investments. Per eBay, trading card sales for rookies Zion Williamson and Ja Morant have increased, with Williamson spiking 115% and Morant's by nearly 200% since the pandemic began. Millennials are key to basketball card swoon, but they're not the only ones fueling growth. Plenty from Gen Z have found their way to a hobby that was not strong during their formative years. Perhaps a surprising non-factor in the basketball card renaissance is the NBA 2K video game series digital card collecting mode, My Team. Basketball cards have surpassed baseball as the top dog in the sports hobby, according to market experts. Once the NBA bubble in Orlando was created and play resumed on the 2019-20 season, savvy card flippers monitored which players were doing well as a barometer for who to invest in for the short term, not dissimilar from how a market investor might buy and sell stocks. In this case, substitute Google shares for Luka Doncic cards.